Alright, so I just want to make this quick video. I want to talk about Dakota Ditcheva. I think that's her name, Dakota Ditcheva or whatever. As we all know, she absolutely obliterated Tyla Santos. Destroyed her inside 2 rounds. I only saw highlights. Like, I'm gonna actually watch the fight. I probably should have watched the fight before making this video, but I feel like I know what I need to know about this girl. I know that she has good takedown defense. I know that she stuffed a lot of Santos's takedowns, that she trains at ATT. So, with being a really dangerous striker, her grappling takedown defense is in check. At least I would hope. So, hypothetically, if Dakota Ditcheva was in the UFC right now, how would she do like against the top 8 girls in the rankings? I mean, I could talk about the rest of the top 15, but there's like really no point. Like, she'd absolutely destroy. She'd solo literally anyone like outside the top 10, and even a lot of people in the top 10 she'd solo. Like, let's be real. But I mean, I'm gonna keep the focus really on like whoever's in this WMMA rankings, whoever's in this Instagram tab right now. These like 8 to 9 women who I'm gonna talk about. Although, to get it out of the way, she'd like kill Vivi Araujo, Amanda Ribas, and everyone past that. And Karine Silva with her like no gas having self. I was gonna say having ass, but that would have sounded wrong because it would have sounded like I'm talking about her farting. So yeah, I wasn't gonna go that route. Anyway, so Dakota, if she's in the UFC, I mean, I reckon because she's the champion, if she were to leave right now, although I don't think she's gonna like leave at this moment because she just won the belt. She's probably gonna stay in the PFL for another year or two and like crush some cans to defend her title. But if she wanted to go right now, I reckon the UFC would probably give her like a top 10 opponent, but I meant to say they may actually give her like a top 5. But say she has to fight like a Jessica Andrade or a Sermonera, Rose Namajunas. So I'm going to start in order. I think that she would kill Jessica Andrade. It wouldn't even be competitive. We saw what Natalia Silva did to her. We saw what other good strikers did to Jessica, like Wei Li, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Nami Yunez before the fluke slam, Nami Yunez in the rematch, and Yan Xiaonan. And Dakota is like a prime Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She's like the version of Joanna when she used to finish people. She's like Joanna before she became a decision merchant. So yeah, she'd do what Joanna did, but worse. And I reckon she'd TKO Jessica probably in the first round. I don't think Jessica Andrade is walking through her punches. And not many people exploit the body of Jessica Andrade like that. Dakota Ditcheva, she exploits the body. She has nasty body shots. Her kicks are dangerous too. Her Muay Thai is dangerous. And we've seen Andrade get battered by knees in the clinch from Zhang Weili, knees to the body. So I reckon she'd probably brutalize Jessica with body shots. Finish her the way Weili finished her. And plus, Jessica is a midget. Dakota is like tall. She's taller than Tyla Santos. I actually don't know her height. I can look that up right now from my phone. Just a second. Dakota. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Looking up her height. Height in feet. Oh, so she's like. Hold on. So she's 5'8". I thought Santos was 5'8". No, Santos is like Tyla's like 5'6". Okay, so yeah, she's 5'8". She's got like 7 inches on Jessica Andrade. 7 inches, and then like her reach, she's got a 70-inch reach. So she's got a long wingspan as well. So yeah, that reach, that kickboxing, that height would be too much for Jessica. And then she'd breeze through Caitlin Sermonara. Caitlin, with her basic cardio kickboxing style, isn't doing anything. Like, Caitlin Sermonara is like the Neil Magny of the women's flyweight division. That'd be easy work. Natalia Silva, now this will be a good fight because Natalia Silva is a really, really good striker. She's got really good footwork. Really good combinations, but she's a little bit wild with her hands. The best part of her striking isn't her boxing, it's her kicks. I feel like Dakota would have better hands than her. I feel like she'd actually hold a boxing advantage. I feel like her Muay Thai is better within the clinch. And she's got good pressure. Natalia Silva does not like fighting off the back. I mean, she does fight off the back foot. She does it very well. But I noticed when Jessica was pressing her back, she did look a little bit uncomfortable in moments. Jessica was getting really close with some of those bombs. And Natalia was kind of slowing down a little bit. And Jessica was landing, and I feel like Dakota Ditcheva, taller, longer. I think she's got better hands. I think she's better in the clinch. I think she'll have no problem pressing Natalia Silva on her heels. She'll do better cutting off the octagon, and with her Muay Thai style, I feel like she'll be able to mitigate the kicking game of Natalia Silva, get her into punching range, and just kind of outbox her, get her in the clinch, beat her up in the clinch, wear her down, and probably win like a dominant decision 29-28 in a 3-rounder. In a 5-rounder, she's probably finishing Natalia Silva or just dominating like rounds 4 and 5 after winning the 3rd round. But yeah, I'd say she wins that. Oh, I skipped over Rose. But she would kill Rose too. I don't think Rose has like anything for her. I know Rose like beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk back in the day, who's kind of a similar style. Dakota is a more ferocious version of Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Rose is not going to deal with those leg kicks of Dakota. She's open to leg kicks. Rose is open to body kicks. Look at what Karolina Kowalkiewicz did to her back in the day. I think Dakota would do exactly, I think she'd follow the exact blueprint that Karolina did, but I think she'd finish Rose with body shots. Macy Barber, now that could be an interesting fight because Barber is very durable, very tough, very powerful, very good in the clinch, and she does have good wrestling offense as well. So she could try to test Dakota's takedown defense and ground game, but I feel like Dakota, if she's able to defend takedowns from Taila Santos and nullify her takedowns, go up against her strength and bully Taila in the clinch, then I don't really think Macy's going to really be able to do anything to her as far as clinching goes. I don't see her outboxing Dakota, out kickboxing her. Yeah, I think Dakota actually schools her on the feet. Now, will she finish Macy? I don't know because Macy's very tough. But if she doesn't finish her, she's going to brutally batter her to a decision dominantly. Erin Blanchfield, I think she beats Erin pretty easily because Erin Blanchfield doesn't have the strongest of takedowns, and her success against Rose mainly depended on the fact that Rose Namajunas doesn't have great cardio and can't handle pressure. Dakota has gone deep into round 3 before and has had 3rd round finishes, so I doubt that she'll gas out. I doubt that her cardio will fail her. I doubt that she'll fold under pressure, so I think that Dakota would easily be able to exploit the weakness in Erin Blanchfield's boxing defense, pick her apart on the feet, defend the half-assed takedowns of Erin, and do exactly what Firo did and just beat her by decision. And then Manon the Beast Fior. Now that would be an interesting fight if those two were to fight. Honestly, Dakota, to me, is like Manon Firo if Manon Firo actually had finishing ability. Manon is like Dakota if Dakota couldn't finish people. But Manon is really good. It's tough to say. Manon is open to head kicks. Erin did kind of stun her with a head kick. Dakota could maybe exploit that opening. I feel like they both in ways kind of cancel each other out. Like what Dakota was able to do to her other opponents and what she was able to do to what she was able to do what she was able to do to Taila Santos and her other opponents. I mean, what's her record? Like, is she like 14-0? So I'm getting a little off track, like doing some research mid-video. She's 14-0. So what she did to Santos and her 13 opponents prior, I don't know if she'd be able to do that with Manon. I feel like Manon, of all the people on the roster in the UFC, might actually be able to go up against Dakota's style. she might actually be able to handle her in the clinch. She might actually be able to handle her. She might actually be able to handle her striking. Um, I think Dakota is like an inch taller than her. They're close in height, 5'7", 5'8". Uh, man, Madden is a little overrated though. But then Dakota hasn't fought in the UFC, and who knows, she might not be as good as we think she is. But you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Dakota wins a close decision in a war. That's what I'm going to say. Based off how well Rose was able to do against Manon, and Rose is washed up, and Manon didn't look that good against Caitlin Chukagian either. And I think that Dakota would finish Caitlin. So yeah, I'm gonna say she beats Manon. Alexa Grasso. Ooh, this is a really sad one, man. I love Alexa Grasso. Um, but I don't like her stance. She has such a square stance. Her body is open. She's open to leg kicks. She's open to body shots. Now, Grasso has very good boxing, and I think she does have better hands than Dakota. But I think Dakota, with her height and her reach, I feel like she could keep Grasso on the outside, keep her at kicking range, and Grasso does not do well with long-rangey kickboxing and kick-heavy attacks. And once Dakota is able to get her in the clinch and start landing knees, that might be wraps for my girl. So unfortunately, I think Dakota might beat Alexa Grasso up, and she might finish her. She might be the first woman to finish her via strikes. I don't know. I'm going to say that she beats Alexa Grasso, and that makes me sad to say. And then Valentina Shevchenko. Now, this one is really interesting because of all the girls on the roster, if there's anyone who might have the answers to beating Dakota Ditcheva, it's Valentina Shevchenko. She will be the most well-rounded opponent Dakota will have ever faced. She'll be the most experienced opponent Dakota will have ever faced. Because, Valentina Shevchenko, she's a 2-time world champion, 7 title defenses, 8 title wins. She can wrestle well. Her jiu-jitsu is good. Her kickboxing is good. I think she can go up against the kickboxing style of Dakota. I think she can handle the clinching game of Dakota. And I know that she did finish Taila Santos, who has tight abs with body shots, but Valentina has like a tight core. So I don't know if she'd be able to phase her to the body that well. But also, I feel like with Valentina's Muay Thai experience, she'll be able to defend the body strikes, the body attacks of Dakota. She might have an answer for the Muay Thai, the kickboxing, the boxing, even though the boxing isn't really Val's strong suit. But then again, if anyone can actually give Valentina problems striking, it is Dakota. Grasso would have beat Valentina Shevchenko easier the first time without Valentina wrestling, and would have won the second time convincingly if Val didn't wrestle. I can't say much about the third fight because Val was actually out striking Grasso this time, but the reason why she wrestled Grasso so much is because she was struggling on the feet. But Dakota doesn't really have Grasso's boxing, but her striking is overall more dynamic. So, close fight, 50-50 fight. I think this fight honestly would come down to Dakota's takedown defense. Would Valentina be able to wrestle fuck Dakota? Honestly, yeah, I don't know. Close fight. Valentina's getting older, though. She's not getting any younger. I'm going to say Dakota would win that fight, and I'm going to say she would win by decision. Okay, I got to go. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.